Time for Media Watch. James is here. James, it's the Fête de la Musique.
It is the Fête de la Musique, but it's raining. Well, it's actually not raining in Paris, but that's all they've been talking about all day.
It can't rain on the parade, surely.
Well, you would think it shouldn't, but it apparently will. And so there's been a lot of coverage of that. Headlines such as Les annulations pleuvent. Will we take a look at these headlines?
Because this is a massive outdoor music event. Everything's free and it's meant to be singing and dancing in the streets and everyone having a lovely time. But of course, if it rains, it's less easy to do that.
This is it. And they've even cancelled it in Strasbourg and other cities around the country. So let's take a look at some of the headlines. They're having lots of wordplay. La Fête de la Musique tombe à l'eau.
Ça tombe à l'eau. It means it kind of falls. It literally means it falls into the water, which means basically it falls flat.
Right. Let's take a look at a few of the others. Fête de la Musique annulation cascade. A waterfall of cancellations, and then the third and final. I'm not going to do too much of it. Les annulations pleuvent. So it's raining cancellation. So it's a bit of a pity because it is an outdoor event.
It rained incredibly heavy where I live when Betty, our beagle, was out for her daily walk. She came back very unimpressed.
And even more unimpressed that the canine musicians will be out of commission. Let's take a look at a tweet. Singing in the rain, purple rain, rain and tears. It's raining men. Blah,
it's raining
blah,
men.
Blah. You get the picture.
Okay.
It's raining. And some people actually don't like the event, even though it's across towns and cities. For all Fête de la Musique haters, says this particularly hateful individual, the final countdown, yes, that's how much I hate it. Another person saying, if I can pull it up, Fête de la Musique, the only day of the year I don't like to listen to music, St. Valentine's Day syndrome. So somebody who thinks it's a bit too much of the same thing.
Christophe Baratier. I wonder what happened to him to make him like that.
I don't know.
Chappy. There we go. Okay, it's Midsummer's Day, which obviously means it's raining, of course.
Right.
And of course, a rain out at Stonehenge, which I imagine makes for a lot of mud.
Right, and they're more used to it, I think.
Stonehenge, the site of the ancient stones, monolithic, put up there, and it's a protected site in the west of England. There's always been a big argument about the people who go there and worship.
Really?
Always has been, yeah. I mean, sort of like they're wrecking the place, keep them away.
Well,
but you know,
I was reading today that because it's every year they turn out in their droves and there's a pagan thing attached to it, that evangelicals went there to target the pagans because it's a good place to find pagans on.
Well, it is, you know.
And in any case, so lots of wordplay in the headlines there as well. Soggy solstice.
Soggy solstice.
There was also,
like it.
Courtesy of the Daily Mail, drenched druids, because apparently there were a few druids who got drenched. I'm not sure if we have photos of them, but that's normal people. I'm not sure if we have druids. But yes, in any case, it was a bit of a washout. Now, quite funnily, this article I thought quite amusing in the Telegraph, Stonehenge was actually for Stone Age Christmas. So you've also got the solstice in winter, 21st. And I actually know this as an Irish person because we have Newgrange in Ireland.
Newgrange.
It's a similar idea to Stonehenge. It's one of these, they thought it was an ancient burial site. Now they think it might have had other purposes, a kind of a ritualistic place. And it's aligned with the winter solstice. It has this sort of passageway and the sunlight on the 21st of December is channeled through. And they think that Stonehenge was also built for the winter solstice. So why is everybody going there on the 21st of June?
It's one of those strange things. I've covered this event from the English side of it and sort of like followed the groups of hippies, as they are loosely termed, who turn up there with all various stories about how there are various sites where there are these monolithic stones erected around the west of England, and they're all linked up, and everyone's got a different story about why they're there.
It is a fascinating topic.
It is fascinating,
actually,
and if you consider the size of these things, because they are, you know, bigger than this studio, the fact that they've lifted them up in all ancient times, how it happened, who knows?
In itself, that is a mystery. So I think that it's a pretty fascinating day. But you know what they were doing over in New York City in the sunshine? Yoga in Times Square, also for the summer solstice.
That is Times Square.
That's Times Square.
It's scary, isn't it?
No, I think actually this is a more accurate. They were doing, you know, the whole downward dog.
That's equally scary. That's very scary. Yeah.
And there were there were thousands of them, and all day long.
Bit of that.
This is, you see, even in the France 24 studios. So we have Stonehenge, we have all over France, we have what is it? Times Square, and now here as well. So there you go. It's basically across the world. People are finding their own little way of celebrating.
Okay. We've been talking too much as usual, or rather, I have. New book about Nicolas Sarkozy raising eyebrows.
This is it. Okay,
to say the least.
This is basically a book called Le Monarque. It doesn't ever mention him. It's a keyword, Le Monarque, and you have his silhouette on the front page. It's talking about, you know, his political origins, and there is a suggestion that there were some sexual relations, as I said, in relation to Bill Clinton, with a local MP. It's causing a stir in France because in France, usually this kind of stuff is brushed under the carpet or not spoken about. He's no longer president. They are speaking about it. He's not happy. We'll probably hear more about it in the coming days.
Lifting the doormat in France, eh? Great stuff. James Creedon.
Thanks, Mark.
You're causing a stir. Thank you. James Creedon with Media Watch. Thank you very much indeed, sir.
Thanks, Mark.
Stay with us. News, sport and culture coming up next after the break.